The biggest disruption in the foam dart blaster space is about to go down. There's a lot of reasons why the Pro Blaster Line release announcement that X-Shot made this month is a big deal. We're gonna have to dissect this into several categories of discussion just to emphasize why this is so impactful to this particular industry at this particular time. If you watch my last video on Zuru's announcement of their first ever motorized blaster, there's plenty of reasons to be shocked they even went that route. As I also described in that video, once you bust out of that box and you show the world that you're not afraid of change, the possibilities literally become endless. And that's exactly what Zuru did. X-Shot is a brand renowned because their springers are of exceptional quality and they normally outperform most other toy grade blasters by a lot. I mean, taking one of their most common offerings, for example, the Reflex 6, this thing hits between 80s and 90s FPS, depending on the dart seal, of course, right out of the box. Some Hasbro Nerf blasters struggle to hit even their own par of 70. This company naturally put out these toys from the gate, outperforming the competition. To add to this, in 2016, most of their yellow and blue blasters got a facelift and a performance boost with their new XL line. Now, this was not just a cosmetic change. As you can tell, the blasters are slightly longer, which encompasses a slightly longer plunger tube, a stronger spring, and hence better performance. Up until this point, only had one mag-fed blaster offering in the form of the Hurricane. The Hurricane is basically the most compact mag-fed blaster that X-Shot ever offered. I believe they only have two in total. Just your basic Retaliator style loading. You gotta prime the blaster to release the mag. However, the mags only accepted XL darts and they weren't cross compatible. You couldn't put Nerf mags into the Hurricane and you couldn't use X-Shot XL magazines in any other blaster. This not only substantially limited the ecosystem where you can only use proprietary X-Shot darts with their mags and their mags with their blasters, but it also limited the perception that the enthusiasts had about mag-fed blasters from X-Shot in general. For the most part, they were known for their break action, such as the Vigilante and the Hawkeye, and their front-loading blasters. In 2017, they did decide to extend the Hurricane and offer a longer version of it in the form of the Max Attack, which also joined the other blasters with the bump in performance and aesthetics in 2018. Furthermore, this blaster received another color bump in 2020. Here in North America, we started seeing a lot of these releases in 2021 and 2022 due to the COVID supply chain crisis, and this is basically what you got. Same limited ecosystem of proprietary X-Shot mags using only proprietary XL darts. Now, the reason I'm talking about the mag-fed blasters that X-Shot has had in their past so much for this video is because the fact that they're coming out with a Pro blaster that not only uses mags but also half-length mags is leaps and bounds ahead of anything X-Shot has ever done. I mean, they have never even created more than two types of mag-fed blasters. You have to truly captivate how big of a move this was for the company. This shows a lot of things. It shows that, number one, they are willing to make big changes. We saw that with their decision to make a motorized blaster. They jumped right to a minigun, but it also shows their huge attention to their hobby enthusiasts. Something that Hasbro, in the course of 20 years, still has not been able to embrace. There have been attempts to cover some sort of a mature crowd with, I guess you could say, Ultra, Rival, and Hyper, but those brands have had their fair share of shortcomings, too many to list in this video. This blaster seems to be a very grassroots design. I mean, this thing was completely, from the bottom up, built with the competitive foam flinger in mind. I mean, we're talking straight to the jugular kind of stuff here, guys. They went straight to a bullpup design, which at the moment, zero Pro blasters, to my knowledge anyway, have. Maybe there's some 3D print designs out here, but in the competitive big box injection molded world right now, we have zero types of bullpup sealed breech blasters. Also, something I'm very excited about, if you guys saw my video about traditional length darts and how the Dart Zone Mark IV could potentially signal the end of that, X-Shot didn't think that that was a smart idea. They kind of embraced the backward compatibility of being able to use the full-length darts as a way to expand their sales. They're very smart about this. Collapsing sights, just something of beauty. And I don't know how many of you guys caught on to this small detail. X-Shot actually carried over their skins paint scheme onto their Pro line. So yes, it's looking like we're gonna have potentially different color iterations of this blaster available, which is extremely exciting news. Will they make an XL variation? Will they make a bug attack variation? We don't know, guys. Right now, it's all speculation, but It's really exciting to see that this company has literally taken this big of a step just to tap into a market share that right now is probably dominated by maybe 2 companies in the injection molded space. At least GameFace and Dart Zone are more of the readily known. You can buy those at big box stores. Worker is more like a hobby oriented company. You have to seek them out to find their products in a sense. You can't just go to Target and buy a Worker Harrier. And I haven't even talked about the most impactful and disruptive part of this yet. The price, guys. This blaster has an entry-level price of around 40 United States dollars. I'll let you process that for a second. They're advertising an average of 140 FPS out the gate for $40. This is gonna have 2 big effects. Number 1, the companies that offer this kind of performance for a much higher premium are definitely gonna have to make some changes in their manufacturing in order for them to be able to compete with this kind of price point. And anything right now in the market is probably gonna have to go on sale. That's just the reality of it all. It's capitalism. It's the way that these situations play out, and it's totally normal for companies to want to compete in this realm. We've never seen anything like this in the performance blaster space. It's an exciting time to be a foam flinger, like I said in one of my videos. Everybody wants to make the best performance blaster, and for us, the consumer, we got front row seats to this amazing rollout of incredible products. I discussed the Phoenix in one of my videos. That right now, I think, is the craziest value right now, but I think even this might be bringing some fire to that, because you can walk into a Target and probably buy something like this. I want to know what you guys think. Are you guys excited for this Pro line? Are you going to be buying one of these things? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you enjoyed this video, you're definitely gonna like this one. I appreciate you guys watching. If you want to get notified about the next video, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the all notify button, or the bell like some people call it. I'll catch you on the next one. Stay blasting, foam fam.